Alright, so once again, hello guys, and welcome back to our course about Excel and, about Microsoft Excel, the complete introduction course. So in today's class, we are going to talk about the VLOOKUP function and the HLOOKUP function. So the first thing, until now you know how the if function works and how the basic function works. And right now it's time to learn something a bit more complicated. Honestly, this little thing is as complicated as the if function, so it's not really hard to understand. Once again, when you master it, when you know how it works, it will be just to practice it, and when you gotta practice it, you'll see it's really simple to understand. So the first thing I want you guys to do is really to create a small database like this. So you wanna create numbers, add names, sales, and best sale. So once again, it can be numbers, bananas, I don't know, quantity of bananas and best banana or whatever. So the numbers are not really important. It's just for you guys to understand how will work this function. So the first thing, the logic behind the VLOOKUP function. So write down equal VLOOKUP. So the way it's divided, the first thing you want to do is select what value you want to look up for. So for example, I want to look up for value to look up. So let's say I want to look up for the value 1. So we take back our example once again. We want to look up for this value. Then where exactly we want to find this value? We want to find this value in this table. So we select the whole table. Then write down a comma. And what column we want to get at the end. So let's say, for example, we have our value 1, so which is here. We want the one to be found, we want this value to be founded right here. And then we want the answer in what column. So if we write down column 2, it's gonna give us Nancy as an answer. If we write down column 3, it's gonna give us the sales. If we write down column 4, it's gonna give us the best sales. So let's say write down column number 2, and we close the parentheses. So as you can see, the answer is Nancy. Why? So let me explain once again. So I'm here in my table. First thing I'm doing, I'm having a value that I want to look up for. So I want to look up for the value 1. Okay. So I'm gonna look up for the value 1 where? In this table. So we select the table. So write down our comma, we select the table. And when the program will find the value 1, what answer you want the program to give you? So the answer is the column number. So let's say you want it to give you the answer on the column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. So for the answer 1, for example, if it's the second column, it's gonna be Nancy the answer. Third column, let's see, it's gonna be the sales, the answer. So as you can see, 2,400. So that's the sales that Nancy made. Same thing, the best sales, you want to have the best sales, it's gonna be the fourth column. So 220 to 250. So as you can see, guys, it's very simple. So just for you to understand once again, because it's the H lookup is really the same thing, very simple. So once again, you choose the lookup value, and then from the lookup value you select the table, and then from the table you will select the column. So if, for example, we want if we don't have the numbers, we only have, for example, the sales, and from the sales we want to find out the best sales. Let's, for example, say that we have sales here. So once again, So let me re-explain once again. So right here, I select the value 1. I want to look for the value, okay. In this, the whole table, we're going to select the whole table. Here we go. Okay. So right now we are going to look at our table from the sales. So same thing. That's the first column. That's the second column, third, fourth column. So as you can see, we are selecting right here. We are going right here. We want the program to look for this number. So it's gonna look for this number right here. Where exactly? So in this table, he find out the table. Right now, what answer we want to see? The first column, the second column, or the third column? Well, sorry, the first column, second, third, or fourth column. So let's say we want to see the second column. Well, we're gonna have the number of the employee. So the number of the employee is 1. The name of the employee, it's in the third column. So it's gonna be Nancy. So as you can see, it's very, very simple to use. It's just a question, but well, it's just for you guys to practice, and once you practice it, you'll see you will be able to master it. So our next example, it's gonna be about the HLOOKUP. So it's exactly the same thing as the VLOOKUP, but it's the table will have to be a bit different. So let's say instead of being like this, your sales are like this. And best sales. Once again, I'm doing the database with you guys. Simply copy paste the exact same thing that you wrote a bit higher. Okay, when it's all done, very simple, it's gonna be the exact same thing. So right now we are going to look at this value. So HLOOKUP. So we are looking at this value. Let's just change the value because we want to look up for numbers. So we're gonna write down 1. Okay, so we are looking up for this value in this table, and we want what row exactly. So in the first example, it was which column we want. In this example, it's gonna be what row exactly we want. So we are looking at employee who has the number 1. So it's gonna be Nancy. So we want to receive her name. It's gonna be the second row. We want to receive her sales. It's gonna be the third row. We want to know her best sales. It's gonna be the fourth row. Sorry. So let's write down. We want to see the name of this person. As you can see, we have Nancy. If, for example, we choose number 5, so we're gonna have Paul because the number is well, right here. We are looking for the number 5 in this table and in the second row. So the second row of the number 5 is Paul. So it's exactly, as I said, it's exactly the same thing as the VLOOKUP, but instead of using columns, we are going to use rows. Usually in your project, guys, you will use way more the VLOOKUP than the HLOOKUP, but once again, both are the exact same thing, just a little bit, there is just a little bit difference. As I said, this one you will use the rows, and in this one you will use the columns, and in this one you will use the rows. So that's it for this course, guys. Right now, you should understand how works the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP. Once again, I'll suggest you to practice it a little bit if you're not sure. And also this class, you can watch it more than once just to be sure how it works, because I know it's not something that is very easy to understand. Once again, once you master it, you'll see the logic behind it is very, very simple. So once again, that's it for this class, and see you in our next class where we are going to start our next project, which is homework 2.